So, full disclosure, I kind of forgot to record an intro for this episode, and I just went straight into it because I'm trying to record an episode after recording the episode to come after. It's all been very confusing, but the important thing is today, we've got the Finalissima. It's us versus whoever it is we're playing because I've completely forgotten. It's Brazil. That's who. I'm so unprepared. And then I might have forgotten about the Nations League semi-final, so there might be a realisation in this video that we have that as well. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of the England period of my career here on FM23. Couldn't get my words out then. I'm Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where it's a one-shot against Brazil. Now, we do have another game coming up against the Netherlands, which I don't quite know. It's the Nations League semi-final, so stick around for that one. Oh, I was going to just do one game, but we might come back for that one potentially. Yeah, we'll come back for that one as well. It'd be rude not to. And we'll come back for that one. I assume there might be a final in there as well. This might be a 3-episode. I was considering this was just going to be one episode. One game in one episode. This might be a 3-game episode. Yeah, sure, let's do that. That sounds like fun. But if you're excited to see whether A, we can win Finalissima, and also whether we can get through to the Nations League final by beating the Netherlands on the way, then do not forget to leave a like on the video for me. I don't know why I did that. And subscribe so you don't miss any of the nonsense coming out of this space right here. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of nonsense comes out. Since you're last with us, I think I did show you the 2 games against Israel and Kazakhstan. We did win those 2 games. We won the Kazakhstan game with our batty tactic called This Monster. I mean, I feel like everyone at Football Manager has tried a formation like this at some point. It worked really well in those last couple of games, so we are going to go for it today. And this is the team. This is the squad we're going to be using for Finalissima. So, key things to point out. We have picked a few Chelsea players, obviously, but we have tried to make this formation, as I've already explained before, fit in with players' best positions. Jude Bellingham is the only one I'd say is probably not in his best position, but he's good enough he can kind of play anywhere. But we've got Suard in there who's looking really good. Rashford's in at the moment because Carl Ratcliffe's tired, but Foden's there, Tezgel's there. I mean, he can rotate with Capitao and Skinner because both of those can do a fantastic job up front. Capitao can also play as the attacking midfielder. Lethan's there. We've got Harvey Elliott as backup. Livramento has got Ellison from Arsenal. Is it Arsenal? Is he the one I keep getting mixed up with? No, he's not. But we have got him as backup. Charlie Trainer's there as a defensive midfield option who can hold more. We've also got Stephen Whittle as more of a playmaker who can play here and here. We've got a lot of things covered. Centre-back we're a bit light on. Durica and Rice can play there. Tomori can play there. Outside of that, it's Charlie Trainer. It's Tino Livramento. That's really it. Like, we've got a couple of players who can sort of play there, which is not ideal, but that is the squad. So, speaking of which, this is the 11 for the Brazil game. It is Bourne in goal, Livramento, Durica, Rice and Benford in defence. Bellingham and Suard in the middle with Lethan outright on the right, Rashford on the left, Foden as the attacking midfielder and Tezgel up front. Let's get into the game and let's see whether we can do a madness and beat Brazil. That'd be incredible. I don't know whether we will. It's a weird formation to try and do it with, but again, it really suited the players in that game against Kazakhstan. Now, something I have got to know, I did the opposition instructions. Orlando's playing for Brazil, as you would expect. He is a quality player. Playing for them as a central midfielder. Yeah. And also, Capitao, as fantastic as he is at Manchester United, not fantastic enough to get a start, which is a little bit unusual. I do question some of the choices here, but I'm not exactly against them because I think they will help us, if I'm honest. But this is going to be an interesting game. It's the first time, as England manager, we have come up against top-level opposition. So it is going to be a challenge. And there he is, Orlando, in the centre of midfield. It hurts my soul. I signed him as a superstar wonder kid Brazilian striker, and they're playing him in midfield. Also, Brazil are playing with white shorts. Do they normally play with white shorts, or is it normally blue shorts? I thought it was blue shorts. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. Livramento crossing it in, by the way, and Tezgel is there. And we've gone ahead very early on here, inside the 2nd minute. Emre Tezgel makes it 1-0 in Finalissima. Get in there, boys. Lovely stuff. Tino Livramento. I miss that guy so much. He's such a good right back. I mean, he wasn't actually that good for periods at Southampton, but then he just became good. We were going to get rid of him, and then he just played himself back into the team. And it was difficult having both him and Jimenez. But Livramento doing the work for us there. and it is 1-0. Emre Tezgel with the header, and we lead, and that is lovely. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Right. Let's not take our foot off the gas. Let's get a second. Foden whipping it in, looking for Tezgel again, and it's just over the bar. Don't know if it was Tezgel or Bellingham. I would assume it was Tezgel. I mean, Bellingham's captain. I assume Tezgel would have pulled rank as the striker there, saying, this is mine. And it's another highlight to us. Benford now. Big throw up to Tezgel. Doesn't get there, though. Rodrigo wins the header, gets it to Orlando. Does some good central midfield work there. And Bellingham just takes the ball off of Hendrick like it's nothing. Right, Seward now. Rashford, using that experience, trying to get it into Foden, can't quite, and Brazil have the chance to counter-attack. Orlando spraying a pass out wide to no one, and Derica, who, remember, he kind of didn't play towards the end of the season because he just dropped out of form, and just the other guys were just playing so much better than him, so he hasn't played in a couple of games, so actually he will be quite fresh, really, compared to the rest of the England team, I'm sure. Ball into Hendrick, though. Hendrick now forced out wide. Derica makes it so he has to put it in, and Luis Alberto, I mean, it's Brazil, they can score from anywhere. So we were still a little bit lucky there, but it is still only the 1-0 result. Absolute result. Right, let's continue on and let's try and get a second because we've played really well. They've shown signs of life, but let's not worry about that. Right, Foden with a deep free kick. Looking for Declan Rice, can't quite find him. Bellingham wins the header, but he just heads it into Martinelli. But Declan Rice will win the header again. Derica now, back to Bellingham. Bellingham, club captain, nation captain, tries to get it out wide to Lethan. I mean, if Tezgel just gambled a bit more there, we could have had an opportunity. Lethan has been, pardon the pun, lethal in the couple of games that we've used him in that kind of wide right midfielder role as opposed to an attacking midfielder. Has been very, very good there, but we have to get the ball to him. That's the problem. If we can't get the ball to him, then it doesn't matter. And we are getting very, very close to conceding a goal here. Let's try and push on a little bit and try and get more chances. Right, free kick with Foden. Chips in, looking for Tezgel. Tezgel with the header again. Can't quite find the back of the net. Started out really well, Emre Tezgel, but has been quite disappointing the rest of the half. He's had the chances on a plate and he has not made the most of them. We are approaching half-time now, and I think we are going to have to think about some substitutions. It's another free kick, though. Brazil giving away a lot of free kicks here. Phil Foden to take. Goes for the shot, and Rosenbrick has to make the save. Rosenbrick, who I believe is the Manchester City goalkeeper. He's either Man City or Liverpool. It's weird, because he's either replaced Ederson or Alisson. Don't know which one it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right, Lethan on the ball here. On the wrong side, but he's going into the box like no one's business, and he wins another corner. Good work there from Jay Lethan. If I were to stay at Chelsea, and I'm like 99% sure that I'm not going to, then I'm not going to tell you what's happened in the beginning of the season review at Chelsea because I have done something, but I'm not going to tell you because that's going to be the next episode that you see after this one. Yeah, I don't necessarily know what's going to happen. I feel like we are going to leave Chelsea. I've kind of committed to that, but obviously it depends if there's a good club. I think I would change the formation. Sorry, I've got a sneeze coming. I'm trying to block it. Couldn't block the sneeze. I think I would look at changing the formation and putting a winger in there, and it would be Jay Lethan I would look for on that right-hand side. And then I would turn Ratcliffe into a left-sided winger. By the way, Ratcliffe is coming on. Let's give him an opportunity over on that side. Jay Lethan I'm going to give a bit of a chance to. He's not played very well, but we'll give him the opportunity just to prove himself. I'd like Phil Foden to do a little bit more. It's not really working for him at the moment, and Declan Rice is struggling a little bit as well. I say struggling, he's doing okay. He's not doing spectacularly, but he's doing okay. I am tempted to bring Grace Benteke on for Benford, though, because, again, Benford was in the Champions League final, as was, to be fair, Marcus Rashford. He did play in a bit of that. So let's give those two a bit of a rest. And we have got one substitution. Do I have a substitution left, or is that all three? I've gone all the way out now. I didn't mean to do that. Let me just double check. So I've made two. So I've got one substitution left. We're going to make a double sub to see if that helps things. Right, so Benteke and Carl Ratcliffe. Go out there, make a difference, and also you need to calm down. And we've just wrecked him. Right, Declan Rice, you and Phil Foden, you need to do better. Right, second half, let's fire up. We're winning, but let's get a second goal because Brazil could just hit us with a barrage of goals at some point. Orlando with a 6.6 in midfield. He's doing okay. Right, Carl Ratcliffe now running with the ball. Just passes it to nowhere. I don't need to be seeing Carl Ratcliffe making a mistake like that. That's really disappointing. Really disappointing. I'm I might try and shift the formation at some point so we get... Oh, Orlando's in. Orlando's in. He's broken through from the midfield. What a goal that is. Bourne shouldn't have come out. He's not set as a sweeper keeper. He's as a goalkeeper. Right. Well, now we need to work a bit harder because Brazil have come back into it. That's very, very disappointing. Right. Okay. Right, Bourne. Who really... Oh, boys. Boys. The words. Bellingham. Right, Bellingham now gets a bit of a run forward into Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe looking for Tesgel. He's found him. Tesgel forced wide to Lethan. Lethan chips it over, looking for Carl Ratcliffe. And what a save that is from Rosenbrick. What a save that is indeed. And we do have a corner. It's going to be Foden to take. Foden going to be looking for options in there. Whips it in. He's looking for Seward. Can't find him, but it's back to Foden now. Foden out wide to Lethan. Lethan's pass is poor though. And Jay Lethan, I think, will be the final substitution because he's not had a good game. He is a very, very talented player. I would like to take Seward off, but I think it is going to be Lethan. And we're going to make that change now. Lethan comes off. Harvey Elliott's going to be the man to come on. We know he can do a job out there. We'll put him as a wide playmaker. And then what I am going to do, I'm going to change Seward. Played quite well in the advanced playmaker role. I'm going to change him to a Mazzala. So he's going to be getting out wide, going forward as well. So a bit more of a forward option. I'm also tempted to do this, have him here. So he's getting out wide here. He's supporting over here. And I'm actually going to put Bellingham more in the middle. So he can cover around the area quite a bit as well. But I think let's give a wide playmaker job to Elliott. Let's just see how that goes. And we're going to distribute playmakers as well. Let's try and get the ball to the guys whose job it is to get the ball into dangerous positions. It's imbalanced the team a little bit, but Carl Ratcliffe, we know, can do the deep line forward job very, very well. Let's see whether he can do that. And let's just fire up for the last few minutes. Free kick to Brazil. They whip it in. Alberto's there, and it's just over the bar. It's just over the bar. I think we're going to be going to penalties. Is it extra time or is it penalties? I don't actually know. We're going to probably find out because it is 1-1 and we are in added time. Right, we have a chance. But it's a poor pass from Ratcliffe again. Poor pass from Ratcliffe. He's been so good all season. And now he's got an England shirt. He's ballsed it up. Right, Declan Rice's last man. Declan Rice's last man. He's off. And we've got no subs left. Declan Rice has gone and got himself sent off. Well, that's a real problem because I don't have any subs left. Oh, no, I do. I've got 5. I just assumed it was... Okay, right, fine. We've got subs left. All is well. I mean, I'm going to change this back first and foremost. And then I am going to make those 2 changes in that case. I mean, Ratcliffe has really been coming on. Which is disappointing to see because he is such a good player. He's really not doing very well. I mean, Harvey Elliott's not really done that well either. Okay, bold change. Ramsdale's coming on. And I think can't really take Elliott off having brought him on. So I think Seward, who is shattered, is going to come off. And we'll bring on Fikayo Tomori. Natural decision. And then we'll rejig things around. So Benteke can go back to just being a standard wing-back. Livramento can be the complete wing-back. He's covering more distance here. And we've still got Foden doing his thing over here. And then we'll change Harvey Elliott to an advanced playmaker. So we'll go back to what we originally had here. And we're just going to have to go with that. But I'm bringing Ramsdale on just purely because it was Manessa Bourne's mistake that led to us conceding the goal. Let's just see if we can get lucky. Right, we're going to fire up. The only player that we're missing is that right winger. So the rest of the team should still be okay. But we're giving away possession here. It's Endrick in. Endrick is in. And Dorica with a vital touch. I criticise him a lot when he makes mistakes. But I want to give him praise there. But Robertinho, in the last minute of added time, has gone and scored. And I think we've lost Finalissima. I'm pretty sure we've lost Finalissima. Right, before we see any replays, just going to go for this now. all we can do is just go for it. So we're going to have this kind of pivoting, playmaking role in the midfield. The wing-backs are just going to have to go for it, and we're just going to have to rely on these three as defenders. Nothing else we can do other than just go for it at this point. We've got no time left. I think that's going to be it. Yeah. Brazil win. South American champions defeat the European champions. That's the whole point of this game, of course. It's not a trophy that we won either. It's a trophy that was won before our time here. And Brazil do win it. The more I see the kit, the more I think, actually, that is their kit, isn't it? I was being a bit thick. I mean, it was a very even game. We started off really well, but we just didn't take our chances. Tezgel scored that early goal, but was so wasteful all the way through. And honestly, I'm starting to think, should we have started Alan Skinner? I think if he hadn't have played in the Champions League final, I think we would have done. I think we would have done. I mean, I'm going to have a proper shout at you. I'm going to have an absolute shout at you. Throw the water bottle at Declan. Marcus, not happy with you either. I'm not happy with Jay Leathan. Let them know. And I'm going to take Grace Pateka as well. Well below the required standard. And you as well. Furious with Carl Ratcliffe. And Harvey Elliott didn't play well either. Right, well, I've made my feelings known with the team where we stand. I'm not happy with them. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. But we lose Declan Rice. And this is the issue now. The mood within the camp has deteriorated. Well, you should have played well, lads, really, shouldn't you? I mean, that's a given. But now, we've got no backup centre-backs now. Gamble of having less centre-backs to have more attacking options has completely backfired. So, there's that we now have to contend with, which is frustrating. But we go again. Have to deal with it. Right. It's going to get a bit confusing now. So the next time you'll see me is the Netherlands game. But actually, I'm going to go and start recording some more of the next episode of the Chelsea Save, which you haven't seen yet. So I'm going to go and do that. And then eventually, I'll be back for the Netherlands game. And hopefully, we'll win that one. And potentially win a trophy with England. That'd be nice. We are back for the game against the Netherlands in the Nations League semi-final. And this is the 11 we're going with. Now, I have tweaked the formation ever so slightly. Because I'm struggling to work out how to get the best out of this squad. Because it's kind of imbalanced. We've got Leathan, who we really need to get in because he's such a good player. But then we don't really have someone to balance on this side. But then we've got so many good strikers. The best thing I can think of is, let's just go with a 4-2-4 and let's give it a go. I know it's not necessarily the right game to experiment in a semi-final, but that's where we're at. So this is the 11 that we're going to be going with, and fingers crossed it's actually going to do the business for us. It is Brennan Bradbury in goal, making his debut. Of course, he's a Chelsea player on loan at Atletico Madrid. He's had a very good season at Madrid. Brennan Bradbury is going to be in goal. It's then going to be Livramento, Durica, Gueye and Benford in defence. Whittle and Bellingham in the centre of the park with Leathan and Foden out wide. Leathan is going to be playing as Foden's going to be playing as an advanced playmaker. And Whittle is going to play as a deep line playmaker. Two playmakers. I know that's not normally the done thing, but I am going to give it a go. And then up front we've got Ratcliffe and Skinner, who we know have a lethal partnership. Now, if it wasn't for Leathan, I'd just go to a diamond, but I just don't want to lose his ability that he has on the ball. I just think it would be such a waste to do that. Right, let's just get into the game and see how we do. I don't necessarily know, again, whether a 4-2-4 is the answer necessarily. I think we've got a squad that kind of works with it to a degree, but I think it might slightly be imbalanced because I think, obviously, with Phil Foden, it's difficult to know what the best thing to do with him is. Kind of like in real life. Because he can do inverted winger, he can do inside forward, but his best position star rating was, I know star ratings aren't always the be-all and end-all to kind of go with, is an advanced playmaker. So I'm going to give it a go and just see how it goes. Obviously, don't get much luck in this first half. We'll switch into an inverted winger. We might even switch to a more traditional 4-2-3-1. I mean, Ratcliffe can play out wide. It's just my experience with him is not playing him out wide. My experience with him is having him in the middle. Now, the one thing I will say about the Netherlands, I don't know much about their squad other than a handful of players. They've got Juri and Timber in the middle, who we are familiar with at Chelsea. We did move him on during season 1. I think it was at the end of the season? No, it wasn't. It was in the January transfer window, I think we moved him on. But the other one is that man on the ball there, Kjarman Gardien from Southampton, the wonder kid we signed who took a while to get going. But when he got going, boy, what a Oh my word. It's just a long ball. It's just a long ball. What are these two clowns doing? Just letting a long ball go over their head like that. Oh. I mean, we didn't concede from it. And Brennan Bradbury had to be alert there. We didn't concede from it, but Derica, I mean, I did change his playing instructions. Maybe I'm going to change them back. Fewer risks. Pressing less often. Let's go to balance. I thought they scored then. Oh, my word. Encourage the boys, because it's been... We had a nice little flurry at the beginning, but it's been all them. And the centre-backs are having a shocking day at the moment. An absolutely shocking day. I mean, that wasn't great at all. That wasn't great. In particular, you two clowns. You three. Not been good enough so far. Sort your lives out. You've not been good enough, Carl. I mean, I'm trying to give you a chance to get into the England team here, and you're not taking it. Right, I think the experiment might be over in that case because we've given them an opportunity. It hasn't really worked. So I'm going to move Whittle and Bellingham back. We're going to do what we basically did a while ago. Where, do you know what? We'll keep Phil out wide. Change him to an inverted winger because we know we can do that job well. I'm going to move Carl into the attacking midfield role. And let's have him as a shadow striker. And let's see whether he can get the job done there. I think he can. Put Stephen Whittle up to support. Because Stephen Whittle's having a decent game, actually. I think we'll take off Dale. He's not having a good game. Grace Benteke can come on. We've only got the 3 substitutions in this one, remember. And I think we'll take Derica off as well for... It's going to have to be for Kaya Tomori. It's going to have to be. And we'll just see where we go with that. But we're offering the defence a bit more cover by giving 2 defensive midfielders who are going to push up. And we start with a throw-in. So Grace Benteke to Ratcliffe, back to Benteke, gets it inside to Bellingham. Bellingham, big ball looking for Jay Leeson. Jay Leeson just didn't really get going there. And he hasn't really got going. I mean, the attacking line hasn't been good. Skinner's done his best to lead the line on his own. But the others really haven't been at their aces today, which has been where our goal-scoring, lack of goal-scoring ability has come from. I mean, we're just losing every header at the moment. The problem is we don't have a beast of a centre-back. Like, our centre-backs are decent, but, I mean, the 2 that we've got out there at the moment are old men. Skinner's in here, though, and Skinner very close to making it 1-0, but it's a good save from the Netherlands goalkeeper. But we go again, and the Netherlands started the highlight on the attack, but now we have the ball. Whittle to Livramento. Livramento, big ball out to Jay Leeson. Jay Leeson looking, he's got options in the box, and Skinner hits it right at Matheson. It's such a good opportunity, but we just can't get it in. But Leeson looks a lot better there. A lot better. Considering we haven't changed his position, I don't really know why he looks so much better, but he really did. Right, Tomori wins ahead of Bellingham. Kind of heads it to nowhere, which is a bit of a disappointment. We have looked better since the formation change, it has to be said. But the Netherlands do have the ball. De Ligt now playing in defensive midfield. Gets it through to Kaseka. Kaseka into Tromp, and it is 1-0. It is 1-0. I'm going to fire the boys up because that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Right, we need to push on now. We need to push on. We've been the better team by chances, but they've just been more clinical. And again, it's our goal scoring. I mean, it's not always been our goal scoring. Well, it had to be fair. We've been really patchy in our goal scoring. Sometimes we've scored loads of goals, sometimes we haven't. I mean, the fact that the manager keeps changing the formation probably doesn't help. But our goal scoring is what let us down today, because if we've taken our chances, they probably don't get that opportunity. But we're just letting them in all over the place. I mean, Grace Benteke is nowhere there. And we're lucky. We're so lucky. We're so lucky. I mean, we give away a corner, but it could have been so much worse. Bellingham's having the worst game of his England career, and at 6.3 at the moment. I mean, we head it out there. I mean, Ratcliffe hasn't really done much either. I mean, I'm not gonna make any change substitutions, but I am gonna swap these 2 rounds. Ratcliffe can go out wide. We'll see whether he can have more joy out there. Phil Foden can go in the middle as an attacking midfielder. And we're going to change and we're going to go to full-backs, and we're just going to see whether we can get something going down the wings. Hopefully we can. We've been dire at the moment. We really have been. Let's try and trap the players outside. See whether that's going to help. We're going to push up a bit more as well. And let's just see whether we can get something going. Because so far, it's not been good from us. It really hasn't. Right, corner to the Netherlands. They whip it in. We head it out. Foden's not going to get there. It's a heavy touch from Tromp, but it's just allowed to go in. And Bradbury can't really do much there. It's another corner. They're putting so much pressure on us at the moment. This is not a good performance from us at all. God, I really had some high hopes for this team. when I came in, but it's not looking great. I mean, we win possession there, but then we immediately go to another Netherlands highlight building from the back. Right, the Netherlands break forward. They're looking to get the ball forward. I mean, Tromp's just there without anyone around him. Fortunately, it's a poor header from him, and we have the chance to build again now. Right, Bellingham, big ball forward. It's such a poor pass. Ratcliffe was trying to press there, though. He just doesn't have the ability to do anything with it. Right, we get possession back, though. Livramento, again, long ball forward looking for Ratcliffe, and he just can't find him. I mean, to be fair, I did change the passing. No, I didn't. I left it at standard, actually. So, I mean, maybe we drop the passing down and we put the tempo up and we go a bit more expressive. Let's try and give them a bit more freedom. Right, Ratcliffe wins the ball there. Bellingham now, back to Gueye. Gueye goes to Tomori. Whittle now to Livramento. Livramento into Lethan. Lethan trying to get the ball to Skinner. Skinner does break free of the line. Skinner is there, but he just can't power it past the goalkeeper. And we've got a free kick. Somehow, I think Lethan got fouled. If we can get a goal from this, that'd be amazing. Right, we do get the highlight. Phil Foden, he's going to try and whip this into the top corner, I think. No, he's crossing it, looking for Skinner. I mean, I'd rather him had a shot there, if I'm honest. I know he's got the ability to get it in. Right, Neville runs it out of play, which helps us out to no end. Right, we need to just do a bit more. We have been so much better since we made the formation change, but we are just struggling to get the ball in the back of the net. And I'm just wondering what the best thing to do is. I mean, Skinner was playing well. He's now not. I think Tezgel's got to come on. It's either him or Capital. Don't really know which one. I mean, Tezgel's got the better form for England, but Capital's had the better form this season, or at least he's had equally good form, and Whittle goes for the shot. Right, we need to make a change because we're having chances here. Whittle's been one of our better players. Lethan's actually looking really good out there at the moment. Right, Skinner is going to be the one to come off, and I'm going to just go with Tezgel. A, he's fitter, and B, he's got the better track record proven for England. I'm also going to tell Whittle never to have a shot ever again. In fact, he's already on that, so he just decided that he just wouldn't listen to instructions. That's disappointing. Right, let's just try and get Tezgel to hopefully do something. Right, come on, boys. Come on, get an equaliser. Got it in us to do it. Demand more. I mean, we've been so much better than them recently. They now have a throw-in, though. I mean, a second goal and it is all over. I don't see us scoring 2 goals from 2-0 down. I feel like it would shatter any of the good work that we've done. But if we get 1 goal, I've got faith in us that we can then use that momentum. Right, Lethan holding the ball up well. He does lose the ball, but he loses it to Foden. Ratcliffe now, out wide to Benteke. Benteke gets it back to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe now, has he got some magic in him? He gets it into Tezgel. And for some reason, his club mate, Alan Skinner, for some reason he couldn't work with him there, but somehow he manages to work well. And Tezgel comes off the bench, and Alan Skinner, I mean, he's been the best striker in Europe officially. I don't know if I've told you that. Minor spoiler for the Chelsea episode that you haven't seen yet, but he is the top marksman in Europe. But Tezgel's the one who's broken the deadlock here. I mean, you can be the top marksman all you like, Alan Skinner, but you need to do better for England. Just not performed for me for England so far, and it is very disappointing. Right, free kick from Foden, whipping it in, looking for Jay Lethan, can't find him, but Lethan does win the rebound. I mean, he's had a bit of a dodgy touch there. Gets it to Benteke now. Benteke, Bellingham, we're looking for Tezgel, can't quite find him. Lovely little cushioned header from De Ligt, very risky, but it was very, very nice. And I love Tezgel, he's just putting pressure on the keeper here, just to try and get him to launch it forward, and the keeper has decided to launch it forward. The players have all backed off. Big ball forward, looking for Gravenberch. He's found Gravenberch down. Neville is in. And oh, I tell you what, Brennan Bradbury, what a big boy save that is. What a big boy save that is. Right, I'm going to demand more from the boys again. I'm demanding a lot from them today, but they've kind of put it into themselves. This has been a very tense game, actually. Right, Gravenberch with the corner. I'd like him to take the corner at any point, if that's okay. He has taken it now. Lethan heads it clear. It's only as far as Martha. Martha now looking to cross it in. I mean, Foden does really well there, really well indeed, and the highlight does end, but that was good defensive work from Foden, and a big free kick from Ratcliffe, forces a save from Matheson, and now we have another corner, and can we make something of it? I mean, our players are all over the place in the box. I feel like my set-piece instructions have gone to pot here, but it's going to be crossed in from Phil Foden. Foden just waiting for the right moment, looking for Ratcliffe, cannot find him. But we do get the rebound. Gueye now, back to Benteke. Tomori, looking for options. He can't get it to Lethan though, and now Boa. We know Boa very well, of course, from Chelsea. He's one of our players trying to break forward. I mean, he's kind of gone back a bit, but Netherlands doing really well to recycle this here. Very, very well indeed. We shut them off great in the first instance, but they're doing really, really well to keep possession and go again. Right, De Ligt actually lose possession though. And it's a poor pass from Phil Foden. He's not had a great game, and that just shows it. Phil Foden on form makes that pass beautifully to Tezgel. But now the Netherlands come forward again. They're swarming forward. Martha in, and it's against the post, and we are getting so lucky here. So lucky. We've got time left, but not much of it. Right, it's a free kick to Matheson. Matheson looking for Neville. He heads it down. De Ligt, he wasn't even challenged there. And Martha surely is offside there. And Tomori clears it out. The referee's giving a penalty. Tomori's giving away a penalty. Our weakest point of this England squad is our defence. We've got players in every position apart from central defence. And Tomori has given away a penalty. And can Brendan Bradbury make himself an instant England hero by saving a penalty? No, he can't. And Tomori has given the Netherlands the final. Substitute for Kaya Tomori, who getting berated for that. And I'm actually going to shout at Brendan Bradbury as well. We're not scoring another, I don't think. We're not scoring another. And I'm livid with them. I'm absolutely livid with them. Out of the Nations League semi-final. And I am throwing the water bottle at Tomori, at Skinner, at Foden, Bellingham. Benford I'll let go. But you two definitely, and also the keeper. Furious. Furious with the lot of them. I mean, we just haven't got the sweet spot with England at the moment. Don't need to worry about that. Apologies, there's going to be some spoilers for the next episode in that. Pretty sure, but yeah. Got a third place playoff in the Nations League. I don't want to play no third place playoff in the Nations League. I'm not going to show you that. I don't really want to go into the losers final. I really don't care about it. I'd like to have won it, but really don't care about that. But that's very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I mean, we need to work out how to get this team play together properly, because we just are struggling, especially in central defence. We really are struggling at the moment. And again, our central defensive options are not very good. I show you what comes up when we look at defence in the middle. And admittedly, this is only what's on the scouting, the national pool. There might be more, but we've got Derica, we've got Rice. Of course, Rice was suspended for this game, otherwise he probably would have started. But behind them, we've got Charlie Traynor, who's a central defensive midfielder, not a defender. And he is 6'5". His heading's not great. To be fair, he probably could end up becoming a central defender, but at the moment he's a defensive midfielder. We've got Ben Wagstaff, who plays for Leverkusen, who's okay, but he's not spectacular. Really not spectacular. We've got Guade, then we've got Tomori, and then at the moment, that's it. Aaron Byerly, he's not there yet. He's currently playing for Sunderland from Southampton. We know about him, obviously. But, again, I wouldn't necessarily say he's a very good central defender. And then we've got Linton Hamnet, who is at Southampton at the moment. But I would argue, looking at his stats, I mean, is he a centre-back? Is he a left-back? I mean, pace-wise, he's probably more a centre-back. But there's some things where I look at him, I think actually he'd probably be better as a left-back. I mean, his tackling's not great, his marking's not great. Probably not going to be up to snuff. And then we've got these guys in the middle who I don't really know who they are. It is very, very difficult to work out what the best team that the best central defensive options that we have is. It should be Derica, but Derica just cannot play well on a consistent schedule. And it's really annoying because he's one of my players at Chelsea. He's one of my signings. And the thing is with Derica as well, he can have a good game and he can have a good run. Like, if we look at his history, I mean, yeah, he's not reached a 7 in either of his seasons. He's not actually scored any goals either. We've had one player of the match. He's close to a 7 in all of his seasons with us. But it's just very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed, because he should be better than that. Like, if you look at his stats, the only thing he's not good at is aerial stuff. But beyond that, he should be a great central defender, and he's just not. and it's really annoying. It's genuinely really annoying. But he needs to be stepping up this season and leading the line. Whether we're at Chelsea or not, whether playing for England or not, he needs to step up. He needs to get better. At the moment, he's really not. Right, I'm a bit depressed about that, so I'm going to go away. I'm going to continue the Chelsea episode that I'm in the middle of recording. And fingers crossed, we'll have a bit more joy in that episode. And hopefully we'll get a new club, because that's what we're trying to do. But anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to leave a like on the video for me. And do not forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so, and you will make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.